Hi, Jewish moms. So my baby Yonatan is a little bit restless. So just warning, you might have a little sound effects in the background. Um, this is a little bit of an unusual pep talk because we got some amazing family news this past week. My younger sister Miriam just had her first baby. She had a baby boy, and so I want to wish a huge Mazel Tov / congratulations to my sister Miriam and to her husband Lingnan. So I just wanted to tell you, so this is a little bit of an unusual pep talk because I'm talking to you Jewish moms, and now my sister's also become a Jewish mom, Mazel Tov. And so I'm also talking to my sister and possibly my brother-in-law Lingnan, my dear brother-in-law. So what I want to tell you about, first of all, what was really amazing. So this past Friday, the baby was born on Monday, and this past Friday, then we Skype with Miriam and Lingnan and the baby, and this baby is so gorgeous. He has these amazing lips. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything so such a beautiful baby lips, amazing. Um, so um, what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the baby's name. So the baby has a very special name. His name is Noam Su Yuen. So it's a Jewish name and a Chinese name. So Noam is actually, it's a beautiful Jewish name. It means pleasantness, and actually it's a very popular name in Israel nowadays. And actually my kids they've been really rooting that if we had a baby boy this time that we would name him Noam. In the end we didn't, but it's a name, it's a really name, it's a wonderful name. But actually the name that I'm really, really excited about is the Chinese name, which Lingnan chose out. So I want to tell you a bit about this name. The name is Su Yuen. So actually, Lingnan grew up in China and moved after growing up in China, he moved, I think, in his early teenage years to America. So he's like a native Chinese speaker. And so the name Su Yuen, he chose it for two reasons. One is because Su Yuen is a homonym with his home province, which I don't remember what it's called, but it means that it's spelled the same way as the province which he grew up in China, and another thing is that Su Yuen. So Lingnan, his name, I remember that it has a beautiful meaning. It's something involving a mountain. I don't remember exactly, but so on sort of the cycle of elements in Chinese tradition, the next element after a mountain, which is Lingnan's element, is a spring. So in fact, the name Yuen has the same meaning as a ma'ayan. Like in Hebrew, a ma'ayan is a spring, a wellspring. So the meaning of this name Su Yuen, I think it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. Su Yuen means going against the stream to return to your source. To return to the spring, which is the source of the stream that you after having going up against the stream. I thought that was such a beautiful, and even though Miriam and Lingnan, I guess, chose this for things for reasons based in the Chinese tradition, I think it's also in its own way a very Jewish name, because I think that it expresses a really Jewish. In some ways, I believe it's sort of the essence of being a Jew today. It's somebody who's going against the stream, like my sister and Lingnan. They're living in State College, Pennsylvania, where Penn State is located. So State College is it's basically in the middle of nowhere. It's several hours from Philadelphia, several hours from Pittsburgh, several hours from Scranton, it's several hours from everywhere. And they're raising Bezat Hashem like a Jewish child there, but I think that this going against the stream to go back to your source is what it is to be a Jew today. How many people are Jews today? There's so few of us in the world, and the culture, the dominating culture, Western culture, is not involved with Judaism and traditional whatever. And here we are, we're being Jews. We are Jews today. We are going against the stream to go back to our source. So I heard something amazing on Shabbat. So I was talking at the Shabbat table, sort of gushing over this name and what a wonderful name Suyu'en is. And someone at the table pointed out that, in fact, if you look at the Shulchan Aruch, which is the code of Jewish law, what determines if a duck is kosher? Is it kosher to eat? If a duck is able to go against the stream. Because it shows that this duck is strong enough. It doesn't have any internal injuries. I'm not sure exactly what the halacha is based on. I think the person was saying that like it's not sick in any way. It doesn't have internal injuries. So it's kosher. That being able to go against the stream, it's a sign of of being a kosher duck. I think it's like a. I guess we can role model. We can see ducks as a role model of sorts. Okay, so I wanted to. So Miriam, you can still listen. Now you're a Jewish mom, but I guess this is more sort of talking to the regular Jewish mom audience. So I just heard something really sweet. So my kids this week, in the weeks before Purim, then they have in my girls' high school, then they have tons of special activities, and it's really it's like a nonstop party there for 2 weeks between Rosh Chodesh Adar and Purim. So my daughter Hallel, who just started ninth grade there. So tomorrow they're doing something called Mivtzah Chamishit, which is what the ninth graders have to do, sort of the ninth graders program. The ninth graders, what their Mivtzah Chamishit is every year they decorate the cafeteria of their high school, and this year they're decorating it as all the different countries in the world. And making foods which are from those countries. So they have all the girls from the entire ninth grade are spending the entire day tomorrow working very, very hard, working the whole day, in order to show off their Mivtzah Chamishit, their model of the world to the rest of the girls in their high school. So I asked Hallel what her job was. Some girls are in charge of cooking, some girls are in charge of costumes, some girls are in charge of setting up the tables. And I asked Hallel what her job is, and she said, my job is I'm on the Vadat Firgun. Okay, so what's a Vadat Firgun? To lefargan, I think it's actually originally from Yiddish. To lefargan someone is it's like to to encourage them and to be nice to them and sort of say and do things to make them feel good, right? So she said, well, I'm on the Vadat Firgun. Vadat Firgun means we're making signs to cheer everyone on to do the Mivtzah Chamishit, and we're making them food. We're going to make them hot chocolate, and we're going to make them rolls, and we'll get them yummy food to encourage them while they're doing the Mivtzah Chamishit. To ensure to have cheerleaders, I guess, cheerleaders to sort of cheer everyone on while they're doing the Mivtzah Chamishit. And I thought that was so amazing. I thought that this was such an amazing mashal, such an amazing sort of way of expressing what a Jewish mom does. I heard years ago that I had a teacher, a parenting teacher. Her name is Rabbi Talia Helfer, and I haven't seen her for many years. But so much of what I studied with her, I think, for 3 years, and so much of what she said just still sticks in my head. And something that she told us is she said the role of a mother is not to teach her children. You should not be teaching them. You shouldn't be sitting down with them and teaching them things. It's not a mother's role. So the truth is, I've never really understood so much what is a mother's role? What is the mother's role? And I was sort of thinking when Hallel told me that about this Vadat Firgun idea, I thought that's a Jewish mom. That's a Jewish mom's role. Jewish moms we're talking about being a Jew today and being going against the stream. It's not so easy. It's not so easy going against the stream and living and being a Jew nowadays and not and how many Jews are there in the world and how many Jews are living as Jews nowadays. And we are going against the stream. And so a Jewish mother is she is a Vadat Firgun, sort of like making life pleasant and making life making life pleasant and making life and cheering on our families as we do this, making it pleasant and making it sweet and making it fun and making Jewish life something which is sort of which is like a fun ride upstream towards our source. Okay, so in conclusion, I want to bless all future moms with a really, really fun Adar, and I want to wish again a mazel tov / congratulations to Miriam and Lignan. We are so thrilled for you, and a huge mazel tov to Noam Suyuen on his arrival into the world. Bless all future moms with an amazing week. Kol Tov.